Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We're talking about spiritual deficiency syndrome and the fact that we all struggle and have this problem. And how can we deal with it? How can we address it? You know, if a person is lacking iron, then the only thing that's going to help them is an iron infusion. Or if a person's missing some critical hormone, again, if you don't address that particular lacking, nothing's going to help. Same thing is true with spiritual deficiency syndrome. If we don't address the core issue, which is the lack of focus and attention on our spiritual selves, on our inner selves, on our souls, if you will, then we're going to remain with the symptoms of SDS, which are unidentifiable discontent and just feeling unhappy and not being quite sure why, and not feeling like we're thriving and really being who we know we can be. So what is the approach? So I think what we need to do is brainstorm a little bit first about what are the habits of spiritual people? What types of things do spiritual people do? And if we can think about that, then we can begin to understand what types of things we need to be doing in order to fill that need for ourselves. So think about spiritual people. What do they do? One of the things they do is they set aside time in their day and in their schedule, whether it's daily or weekly, perhaps monthly, to think about their lives, to think about their purpose and their mission and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish and their values and their dreams and their goals. And they need quiet time for that. So they set aside specific time for that. That's something that spiritual people do. You know what else spiritual people do? They commit to growth, and they're not afraid of change. I think that's one of our biggest challenges. We're afraid of change. But now, in this whole COVID-19 pandemic, everything's changed. So there's a perfect time because we don't have to let the fear of change get in our way of becoming more spiritual than, more than other times, because other times we have this illusion of normalcy, which we don't have anymore. Spiritual people grow slowly. They commit to growing, and they commit to growing slowly. And, of course, they appreciate the journey. And they express gratitude all the way through the journey. So these are some of the things that we're going to address and how to focus on these things and other things. Because really, if we don't deal with this and we don't address the spiritual deficiency syndrome and figure out how to nurture our more spiritual sides, our lives are going to be unhappy and discontent. So hopefully you'll join us together as we go through this. Hope you'll participate in our classes this week. Chava's teaching a great class today. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, we have a very, very special continuation of our series on prophecy and watching the prophecies of the Torah and the Bible unfold before our eyes in the land of Israel. The first session was great. We had about 75 people there. Hopefully you'll join us for that. So we'll see you during the week. Have a great week.